Hello, all you beautiful people. Did you miss me? Well, I'm fully back now at the Diz Insider, giving you guys some updates on projects that are coming out and projects that are in the works. The reason why you guys haven't seen me in a while is because I just had a newborn baby. His name is Theodore, and he is 6 weeks old, and he is just the absolute best. So that's why I have not been around. And that's why you see the YouTube page just looking a little empty, but not for long, because we are now back with every Friday giving you guys updates on what we know so far about future Disney projects. So you guys might be wondering who we're going to talk about today. Haunted Mansion is already out. The Little Mermaid's already out. Ahsoka comes out in a few weeks. But there's one project that has been talked about for years, and apparently the script is just flawless. And that movie is the live-action remake of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It seems like ages ago when we first heard rumblings of a Hunchback of Notre Dame remake at Disney. While the live-action remake continues to make the studio money, we thought we'd look at one that hasn't had a lot of movement in quite some time. But first, let's travel back in time. In 2019, it was reported that Disney was in development on a live-action remake of Hunchback of Notre Dame, with Tony Award winner and playwright David Henry Hwang penning the script. Alan Menken and Steven Schwartz would return from the animated original to write the music. Josh Gad from Beauty and the Beast was also reported to produce and possibly star. The new film would pull from that 1996 animated film and the Hugo novel, but not the stage production that Schwartz and Menken collaborated on in Europe. David Haberman, who runs Mandeville with Todd Lieberman, has been fixated on a live-action Hunchback for over 30 years, going back to when he was Disney Film president. An early attempt led to the animated film, and another resulted in a limited TV series on ABC. Since there hasn't been much when it comes to updates on the project, besides small teases from Gad, back in March, he responded to a fan poster on Twitter which provided the most updated information, going on saying the script is one of the best I've ever read, and hopefully the powers that will see this love and let us make the live-action adaptation the original animated film deserves. Now let's move on to what we know. Now, we need to preface that the following information we heard on this project was prior to the ongoing WGA and SAG strikes. We support all those who are taking part in the strikes and hope the studios can facilitate a resolution soon. Last year, we heard the project was supposed to enter production in February 2022 under the working title Macaron. That obviously didn't happen, and this was way back when CEO Bob Chapek was still in charge. A friend of ours who will remain anonymous asked Menken if any new news will come out soon for the remake, and the Disney legend simply had this to say: "Hopefully not." Now, what he means by hopefully not, we have no idea. But now for the more jaw-dropping update. It needs to be said that the following information is just a rumor we had heard from multiple sources, but it is still mindful to take it with a grain of salt. Now that Bob Iger is back in the driver's seat, it is highly unlikely that the project will move forward, as Iger is not the biggest fan of Hunchback of Notre Dame, and a remake isn't in their list of priorities. Now, things can obviously change, but this is the most recent information we have on the project at this time. But don't fret, Disney still has multiple remakes being developed, including Lilo and Stitch, Moana, Hercules, Aristocats, Bambi, Princess and the Frog, and Tangled. And all the live-action remakes have grossed over $6.5 billion. No, you heard that right. $1 billion at the worldwide box office for Disney. So as long as the money keeps rolling and the fans voice their opinion on a Hunchback of Notre Dame film, you never know. Hollywood is always changing, and we could possibly see that in the future. And that does it for this week's What We Know So Far video. Let us know what you think. I know it's a bummer that this thing probably isn't moving forward, but never count anything out in Hollywood. Stuff is always moving around, shifting, and projects that we've never heard about are making their way to the forefront. And as always, make sure you check out the DizInsider.com for all your up-to-date Disney news. Check out the YouTube. Check out all the other videos of what we know so far. Follow us on Twitter at the Diz Insider. Follow us on Instagram at the Diz Insider. Check out our TikTok. And if anybody's still using Threads, we're on there too. And you can follow me, Derek, on Twitter at Derek Cornell, but instead of L's, they're I's. I know it's weird. I wasn't able to claim my own name, so that's cool. But without further ado, That's it for today's video, and we will see you guys in the castle.